back and implement what they learn, and we change things. It only takes one person, but it takes a community to support that one person. So my mentality is just that if we can just have this collective paradigm shift of this sense of nationalism, national pride, pride of our community, we pride in who we are and wanting to compete with the Western world and even surpass them, and know that it will take more than a decade. It may take 3 decades, but at the end of the day, when we have left this earth, we have left our mark on the people.
Exactly. Exactly.
So what does the Nigerian PGM Global Farm aim to achieve in Sierra Leone?
Oh, like I said, it's his brainchild, but we are we are aiming to lure or attract sustainable investors who come to bring value to not only re- exploit or take resources out of the country, but who come and create infrastructure, build operations, factories, hospitals, who are vested in the growth of this country, who want to see it as a developed nation. And so we tend to liaise with those type of companies, entities, power brokers that are interested in living in Sierra Leone, doing business in Sierra Leone, that care about the people that work in their factories. Because, like I said, we don't see problems. The population here is less than
Yes.
10 million
Yeah,
people.
7.8 million people.
With all the vast resources. So there's no reason why there shouldn't be a social mechanism of support for people, um, jobs, factories. There's no, like I find it so difficult. I find that the Sierra Leone people are so resilient. This is one of the most expensive places in Africa
Yeah.
because of the price of the tariffs and the taxes is so expensive, and people survive every day. They wake up, no matter what you see. I see youth waking up, driving Okada, driving keke, hawking merchandise. They're trying to make it every day, and we, as the older persons in the society, we owe it to you guys to keep advocating for you. So, like I said, there's no problems here.
That's a good one. And Christine, Mr. Tusidai.
I'm the positive one.
It's been a fantastic moment with you. I think I want to let you go, but I'm not going to let you go now because I still have question itching me that I have to ask. And then this is the question that I have for you. Um, Relating technology has taken over the world, but even as that, Africa still continues to suffer. Sierra Leone to be specific. Pan African Student Voice is a non political radio station that tries to bring unity among Africans. And in that light, we seek to promote technology, we seek to promote science, we seek to promote mathematics and literacy. And these areas are major problems that Africans are going through, and when we're talking about the Western world is above Africans in terms of these areas, and Sierra Leone is not an exception. Going to university, you see a university student without a computer. You see a university student using social media, but he or she does not know the negative effects of social media addiction. So, how can you take the positive effects of technology how can Africans use technology to transform Africa?
Yeah, that is a good question, and because the world we live now is a world of global, and also it's not too far. It's not too far, but in terms of communication and technology, because that is what made the world become just one now, because as a social media, and also I believe that it's a two side of it. it you can create the harmful side, and also you can create the useful side. And also I believe, first of all, the way you use it, and the way you lace it in terms of in terms of in terms ethically. And also I believe that this is the time the youth that is coming on, because we have to make the change, and the change now is in social media and in communication. And I believe that it's a high time for, I don't see the government or whosoever to raise some of those things to fast track, or we as an indigenous Sierra Leoneans that outside out of Sierra Leone to bring some of this technology and make it more reasonable, so that the youths can have, in terms of the megabytes and everything, and in terms of the internet communication, connection, and all of this, to be so beyond borders and back of the village and everyone, so that every Sierra Leonean can have access to it. And also, I believe that it's one side of our goal, because it's like we went to Eastern Europe, and also we are looking at the cyber security and
Yeah,
all of this.
exactly.
All yeah, and we want to connect some of those people, because we went to Eastern Europe, me and my wife, and also we have a whole tour of the cyber security, a whole complex and everything. They want to liaise with the youths of Sierra Leone, connect with Fabi College, etc., etc., and even have
That's
a
a good
scholarship,
news.
and even have a scholarship that they can offer, and also they will even come to set up the facility here.
That's a
So
good
we
news,
are
yeah.
looking at that. We as an PGM Global, we are not looking at give me a packet. We don't need packet.
Exactly.
We need transparency,
Yeah.
and we need implementation. So
That's
is
a
what
key
we are.
thing,
That
yeah.
is what we are fighting for now.
Yeah.
We don't need packets. We need is in high time for Sierra Leone to move forward and to join the rest of the African and beyond the world.
Just to piggyback on what he just said,
Yeah.
and go back to your question about,
How can Africans use technology?
yes, I was gonna say that, we heard about the lack of jobs. And I want to say that if the youth will look further into the future and start to position themselves, start to groom themselves in terms of education, work ethics, decorum, that positions you to work outside of the walls or the territory of Sierra Leone via the web. I don't know if you know that, like in the Philippines, most of the major companies in America and the UK, their call center operations are all run
Yeah.
out of these
Yeah.
places. Sierra Leone can be the next tech hub. So it's all about changing our mindset and positioning ourselves with the skills, with the education necessary to compete for those types of jobs. So again, social media, I love that it is a I call it the great equalizer, because you get to see what's going on
Exactly.
with people across the
Exactly,
world that are
yeah.
the same age as
Yeah.
you, and it motivates you.
Yeah.
It does have negative effects if you're um, you want to be like other people, and you maybe just waste your time on trivial things. But if you utilize it for advocacy, to learn, and to, like I said, groom yourself and see what's going on, and see what people your age, let's say in Pakistan, are being paid. You mentioned something about 500,000 leons. That's what, $50 a month.
Yeah.
Well, look, how much does a person, a graduate in Pakistan, get for the same job, or in the UK? So again, we need to know about those things. So access to information via the web and technology is essential. And then after we find out what those people are earning, we need to then ask ourselves, how come they're earning that? What qualities do they exude? What skills do they have? And then we need to now advocate to acquire the same skills. Like we need to make our environment conducive to for people and companies to want to invest here, to want to build infrastructure and factories here, so that we can earn those types of wages.
But our listeners out there may want to, those who are interested in the Nagan PGM Global, may want to know how they can get in touch with you guys.
So basically, we are on the web. You can visit us at www.naranpgmglobal.com, and all the information is there. I don't know if you were
Yes.
informed. We
Yeah,
are
yeah.
working on a few projects here in
Yeah.
Sierra Leone, and we hope to create many, many jobs. We can't really release the figure, but again, it's all about sustainable investment that will continue long after we're gone.
Okay.
It was a pleasure having you in the studio with us today. So I would just like to, and I would just want you guys to at least just give a motivation to those youth that are coming up. What do you want to see in the next years to come? So really.
I'll start and he'll finish. I would love to see Sierra Leone, especially Freetown, to be more clean. And I don't think that is up to the government to do that. I feel like I see so many young people that can take charge of their communities and, make